Hello and welcome to the Futro Hidden Movie Gems podcast. I'm your host, Ty Spiker Christensen. And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. I didn't say the lyrics right. Everything's meant to be broken. I just want you to know who I am. That's
Is
how
that
I
the
met my
song
In
that
this
wife.
plays
movie?
every time
They
they
play
have?
that song. Yeah, it's Iris. It's playing in the grocery store, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm.
And of course, her name is Iris. So I think of the Goo Goo Dolls. My guilty pleasure song by number one guilty pleasure song. Goo Goo
And
Dolls. Iris. So good. We've got Jordan Christensen on the podcast.
every time it does the flashbacks, does it make you think of 5 Year Engagement a little bit? I keep thinking of that a little bit.
Yeah, when they
Just
met at the party. Today's
yeah,
more of a bunny day. Yeah,
Oh
I say
yeah.
yeah.
I say that to my wife like all the time.
And
Today's more
then
of a bunny day.
and then he just keeps retelling the story, and then once in a while, like the dog jumps up and it's like, Gwyrth, 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 Gwion.
I don't think they
Queer.
retell it like once or twice, but he just sees her. I don't think they does he is there like a weird where he thinks of Gwyrth, or are you just making a joke? Because I don't think that happens in 5 Year Engagement, does
No, in
it?
5 Year Engagement, he's telling the story. He's like, how about you tell a
And then the
story
dog
about how
comes
we
up
met?
to
And then the
the
dog
people,
jumps
the
in
group,
while he's in the bunny
Oh,
costume.
got it.
and like, oh, what's the
Okay.
dog's name? He's like Gwyrth.
And so what I'm
Yeah,
saying
And
is,
then the
I
Asian
remember
guy's like,
that scene.
Queer.
I didn't realize that it interrupted the story. That's funny. I
yeah,
don't
well,
remember
and
that
the dog
detail.
jumped up while he was like in the
Yeah.
Halloween. So it was like a mixture of
Right. He's like
reality.
telling the story and then it gets interrupted. Yeah. I missed that part. That's funny.
But anyways, it just reminded
Griff.
me of this where it's like every time they kept going back to the same, and then it was like I like how there's like little
Guion.
changes, just like exact same memory implants, but like it's the guy now instead of the girl. Or no, it's the other guy instead of it's just
It's
funny.
still a gay relationship.
Still a guy.
Still a man. And we've got Grant Mickle on the podcast.
Iris, go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Go
Oh,
to sleep. Go to
good,
sleep. Go to
good.
sleep.
Yeah, actually my quote, I wasn't gonna say it, but it's like, what's a nicer term than beep bot?
Beep
Beep
boop.
boop. Beep boop.
Beep boop.
Beep beep boop. Um, it's not that I don't like you. It's that I'm not okay with the idea of you. Which I thought was a really funny because it does actually seem like something that a petty girl would say. But then when you understand who Iris is, a little bit more context, you're like, oh, that is interesting.
Mm,
Like she's not comfortable with the idea of
yeah.
what
It'll
she
be interesting
is.
rewatching it, but
Yes, I agree. Uh, so let's get into because I'll keep watching this movie. I enjoy it. I think it's a fun heist movie. We've got what was it like watching this movie for the first time, rewatching it for the podcast? I'll start. I watched this movie first in Hawaii, humble brag, but I was like on this big movie binge, and so I'd watched like a bunch of horror movies back to back. So I watched this, I watched Together. I
Is
was
this
just
a
like,
horror movie? It doesn't feel like a horror movie. It feels like
I put it
sci-fi.
as like suspense. If there's like murder, you're right. It's not like what I think of like gruesome horror, but like psychological thriller is probably closer to it. But there's some gore, so I mean, like I don't know. I'd say it's like
yeah, more thriller than horror.
definitely more thriller than horror. I'll give you that. And even like sci-fi too. So it's like
A little bit.
a little bit of a heist, a little bit of a dark comedy too. Twists and turns.
Throw
Little,
romance in there while you're at it.
yeah, there's some romance. Well, yeah, Jack
Forced
Quaid,
romance.
quite the romantic. Yeah. What do you like? After he's done, he just rolls over and goes to bed. I just thought that was so funny. I was like,
Iris, go to
You,
sleep.
I was going to sleep. It's like,
you know what's
nice.
interesting is as I was watching it, I'm like, this can't be a modern movie. And then when I realized she was a comfort bot or whatever they're called, like I was like, oh, okay. Because like she was so enamored with a guy, and I'm like, oh, cool. Like an actual person
Yeah,
that
yeah,
like
yeah.
loves somebody. Like that
You're
just
like,
never
oh
happens in
wow,
movies anymore.
like women love guys, like that
Yeah,
never
that's what I
happens.
was
And
thinking.
you're
I'm
like,
like,
oh no, no, don't worry, it's against her will.
well, exactly. And
They make sure
well,
to cover their
and
bases.
the fact
No
that
woman would just knowingly love a guy or be dependent on a guy. That is
yeah,
very
it
much
in a
done
modern
away
day
with
movie,
now.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
thought I'm like and oh, and then it had high ratings on Rotten Tomatoes and Letterboxd. So I'm like I don't understand why people
Jordan was fooled.
yeah,
He's like,
it
what's
did.
going on? A trad
Because
wife?
I
What's
didn't
going
I didn't
on?
watch the
Trad girlfriend?
trailer, which I'm really glad I didn't because Grant watched the trailer and it ruined it for him.
Yeah, mistake. I'll get into that,
Don't
but
watch
yeah.
trailers.
Yeah, I'm interested if
Which is
yeah,
funny
if
because Ty kept saying he was going to denounce trailers, and you keep texting us
And
trailers
cheers. Yeah.
constantly.
I know, and it's funny that you say that. I literally do it just to pigeonhole a movie. Like I might not even watch it. Like it's like, oh, remind me that there's a movie
Uh-huh.
coming out with.
Um,
Oh, I'm serious. So Grant. Why don't you share us what was like watching it for the first time, rewatching for the podcast? Your turn. Go ahead.
I'm
Tell us
actually
how good
surprised, Grant, you didn't
watching
like it.
trailers is going for you now.
yeah. So watching the trailer before watching the movie was a mistake because because it like
Two of the three twists away, right?
gave the impression that well, it's kind of funny because it gives the impression that Jack Quaid is the villain. I mean, he is the villain in the movie, but
Grant,
but it's
he
like a
did nothing
different
wrong.
feel. But it's like a whole different vibe from the trailer, what it gives off. Because, like, I mean, spoiler alert, the whole twist is that she is a robot. And that completely changes the meaning of the entire trailer because you don't know that.
Oh, in the trailer
So it
they
kind
don't
of,
reveal that she's a robot. I would assume that that was like the thing they gave away because I didn't know anything other than the movie poster and her eyes are all white. So I just
Yeah.
assumed she
yeah.
was the robot before I even watched it.
Oh, you
Oh,
assumed she was a
yeah,
robot? I thought she was like demon
So
possessed or something
so
yeah.
because,
what I appreciated about it was that yeah, that came out early in the movie because
I
I was
actually
worried
didn't
like,
like that.
oh, that's funny because to me there was two or three other twists in the movie where I was like, oh, good. There's more to this story unfolding. So
Yeah,
that's
because for me,
interesting.
like, I had an idea of what I was expecting the movie to be like. It
Mhm.
was because it kind of felt like this mystery thriller, but then the mystery was solved very quick that it was like, oh, okay. So I was like, where is it going from here? And then it's kind of just like this funny, like all these bad things start happening. And then they're not like freaking out. Like, I don't know. It was an interesting watch. Like having a lot of expectations beforehand of what I thought I was gonna watch, and it was completely different. So
Yeah.
I
This
would
movie
be
is bodies,
curious
bodies,
how I'd feel
bodies
about it on a
meets
second watch.
yeah. This movie
But
is like bodies, bodies, bodies. Did you see that one, Grant? You got to do a double feature with Companion and Bodies, Bodies, Bodies because you mentioned Twist and whatever. Anyway, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is actually really good. Pete Davidson's good, and the people in that one are good. So, and all not so for viewers that don't know, look at Jordan being Mr. Dad, Mr. Mom. He's we got. I don't know if you're able to speak or not, Jordan. If you want, or he puts his baby
the
down,
child
just
just
kick it
falls out of
under,
the
put it
screen.
in the drawer. Yeah. Jordan's being a good dad. Oh, he's wiping up all the spittle on his, shirt. Uh, dear listeners, Jordan has got this down pat. I didn't know if you wanted to, he said to just keep going without him, or do you want to share? Because if you can talk while you have baby or not, it's up to you.
well, why don't you go first while I'm
Sure.
clearly taking care of a baby?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So, uh, I've already shared what it was like rewatching it. Grant shared a little bit about it, but didn't know if you had anything to add. But like I said, you're
Just
busy.
do
That's
two
that's
favorite
sort of
things
fine.
first.
Yeah. So, getting to two favorite things. Grant, why don't you start us off?
Um, like I th I think the deaths are pretty fun in the movie. Um, because like I said, the mystery is solved very quick, but like it like escalates really fast because like she goes down to the beach, meets with Russian man. I forgot his
Sergey.
name. Sergey. And
Oh, and by the way, Grant, he's not a Russian mobster.
he sells dirt,
He sells dirt. What?
but
I don't
like
know, some soil or
it shows
something.
him like trying to force himself on her, like trying to kiss her, and then it cuts back to the other group, and then Iris shows up and she's covered in blood, and so like it just like escalates really fast, and I thought, yeah, just the deaths throughout the movie are really fun. Um, like even though the mystery was like solved in the beginning, it was interesting to see the limitations of the robots and then how Iris is able to work through that either with using like the mod that um Jack Quaid's character had to like override her programming, and then also using like the the support people that come to have her like
Yeah, what was it,
free her
Empathics or
from
something?
all like
Yeah.
something,
What
yeah.
what was the company name? Like Empathics or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, so it was interesting seeing like the like puzzling things together to be able to fight against like these people who think they have control over these robots, which I thought was pretty fun.
For sure. Yeah, it kind of, it reminded me of a little bit like that movie Lucy. I never actually saw it, but for some reason it made me think of it where Scarlett Johansson can like manipulate her appearance and everything. It came out the same time that Limitless did. They basically were like the competing two movies. And for some
Mm.
reason, this movie kind of reminds me of what that is when she gets access to her iPad and she can like change her features and her intelligence and stuff. But anyway,
Mm. Yeah.
so for dear listeners that don't know what we're talking about, this movie Companion came out in 2025. Uh, it was written and directed by Drew Hancock, and it stars Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher,
I
Lucas
also found
Gage.
out that Jack Quaid is Dennis Quaid's son. I never knew that.
The Quaids are related. I love it.
Well, because I
That's
didn't
amazing.
know like the dad's name. Like I didn't know him as Dennis Quaid. So I just knew him as like
Well, do
the
you want
one
me to
guy
keep
from
blowing your mind in
Frequency or
this
whatever.
movie? I'll give you some movie trivia. So Jack Quaid is not only Dennis Quaid's son, but also Meg Ryan's son. So Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid were a thing. I don't know if you met Harry Met Sally or You've Got Mail, that actress. Grant doesn't know who Meg Ryan is.
Not
That's
ringing a
fine.
bell.
Moving on. So anyway, uh, she plays a movie about a fallen angel. I cannot remember. Is it called Fallen Angels or City of Los Angeles or something like that? It was a French film, but they remade it with Nick Cage and Meg Ryan. But that movie is about a fallen angel that goes about it, and somehow them playing Iris and Goo Goo Dolls. There's some tie in there, but I'm losing my train of thought, so don't care anymore. But I was trying to blow your mind, and but it made me think of it because I was like, oh, it's Jack Quaid. And then they have this meet cute. What I liked about this movie, and Jordan mentioned it, that reminded him of 5 Year Engagement. I like the meet cutes, but I did have a big problem with one of them. And not just because they're gay, because I'm totally against that. But he's gay. Excuse me, he's gay, but he's blind. No, so Companion. What is this movie about?
I'm gay.
But I am gay. So let's get a quick plot synopsis for listeners. It says, a weekend getaway with friends at a remote cabin turns into chaos after it's revealed that one of the guests is not what they seem. Try like 3 different guests is not what they seem, but it's not revealed to the audience. So this movie, I think one of I wrote down some notes. Like the first time we see, like I liked how the first quote kind of had me hooked, where it's like, how do you start your movie off? Today was the day I died, or whatever, or whatever. But one of I did enjoy because it was like it kind of reminded me of John Tucker Must Die or something like that. The quote was like, I'll never forget the feeling that I had the first day, like the first day that I met Josh or something like that, right? And then she's like, the first day that I met him, there were 2 times I felt truly happy. The first day I met Josh, and the second, the day that I killed him. And I was like, let's go. Like, what happened in that relationship, right? Toxic relationship. See, I'm all about toxic relationships right now. I
Well,
watched the
didn't
movie
you think
together.
though,
Yeah.
uh, when he saw her, like the buildup, maybe you knew right away she was a robot, but I was thinking like when she had the knife and stuff, I'm like, is she planning to kill somebody? Like, is she a serial killer or
Well, I
something?
thought she
Like,
was gonna kill herself because she had the knife
oh,
at the beach, and I was like, I mean, because they
She
show her
thought, but
before
she's
in the
looking
mirror,
at it.
she's like,
Yeah.
act happy, like smile.
hmm
So she seemed like she was depressed.
Yeah, so it's funny that you say that, Jordan, because I too thought, okay, what I thought was initially happening when the movie first starts out. Again, pretty clever. It starts in black, and her first memory is this meet cute with Jack Quaid, where they're at the grocery store. He grabs one orange from the top, mind you, and the whole thing just falls apart, and it's like funny, and you're like, oh, that's nice. And he's like, later it's revealed this really meet cute is simply just programming. It reminded me of the island. It's like implants, you know. You had a
Well,
bicycle. You used to go to your
it
mom and
goes
grandma's
back.
house and she used to make you cookies, you know.
Well, it goes back to Blade Runner.
Better than my crappy memories or my crappy childhood.
Well, Ty, it goes back to Blade Runner. I don't know if you,
Oh, sure. Implants,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, and then them having like photos and
Implants,
stuff.
memories. Yeah,
Influence.
exactly. Yeah, you give them little stories, give them a little backstory so they have like hope or whatever, right, to function. But it's funny because so after this meet cute, so you guys mentioned it. Like I said, just knowing the poster with the white eyes, you mentioned demonic or what possessed, but I was like, I think she's the robot. But what I was thinking was when it first started that maybe she was real, but I was waiting. I was like, when you mentioned the sad thing, Grant, or the knife and everything, I was like, yeah, maybe she ends up getting hurt at this cabin getaway, but then she'll wake up and everything's the same. I thought that eventually he would replace his dead girlfriend because he couldn't move on with a robotic
Mm.
version of her. And so she had no, it's kind of like Rick and Morty, where it's like you cloned your daughter or made a robot of your daughter or whatever. So like you don't know. And it was implanted with the memory that nothing had ever happened. So she could continue. So he couldn't get over his loss of his girlfriend, was what I thought happened or
Mm.
was going to happen. But no, it turns out, yeah, this is an implant. The memory that we're seeing at the very beginning is a fake implanted memory and they become the person that they're linked to. So they get a face recognition. This becomes like a companion. It's kind of like Lars and the Real Girl, except companion has the ability to be hacked and murder people. So that's probably the only difference between this and the Lars and the Real Girl. But um, anyway, so um, yeah, the twists and turns. Grant, you mentioned that, so I want to get any other take things you wanted to throw out there about like the movie or things that you appreciated about it before I get into kind of my rabbit hole thing.
Uh, no, go for it.
So like one thing that I enjoyed, like you mentioned that, so you going in, you knew that she was a robe, or you knew that Jack Quaid was a villain. But I assume with the trailer,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, does he kind of seem like he's like a overbearing
Well, yeah,
spouse
because
or
the
something,
trailer
right?
cuts out all
But
parts that like reveal that she's a robot,
sure.
and it makes him seem like he's just ultra controlling
Yeah,
because like it
right.
just cuts to them at the dinner table and she's cuffed to the chair, and you're like, what's going on? And then
Oh,
like pulls out a
interesting. So the
gun
ending. Yeah.
and then puts the candle under her hand, and then she's like crying, and you're like, what is happening?
Oh, interesting. So it's like
So yeah,
you
it
see
cuts
him
out, it
hurting
like
her, but you don't
jumps to
see.
all the parts where it seems like she's a real girl being controlled by like an obsessive
I'm hurt by
boyfriend.
this guy. Yeah. That's interesting because I could see how, yeah, and then you go in and you're like, what? And then
Because, well, I think
it's
that's the
more
shift that I didn't like as much because it seemed like I was going in expecting
a
Jack
more
Quaid's character to
menacing,
be
yeah,
like, yeah, like
a good menacing.
obsessive
Yeah.
and crazy. But then it like he's so like dismissive in the movie. He's like, oh yeah, you're just a robot. We're like,
Yeah.
okay.
See, it's funny that you say that because, like, to me, it's greatly enhanced not watching the trailer because at the beginning he
Yeah.
has like this meet cute, and then you're like, where does he get off being such a like a worthless boyfriend? Because he's not
Yeah.
a very good companion. He tells his girlfriend to go to sleep. He doesn't really seem to value her opinion or whatever.
Right.
And then you realize like why? It's like he's talking to his toaster, right? Like he doesn't care about her.
No.
And then keep in mind he's probably not impressed with her intellect because he has her intellect at 40%,
Yeah.
which I thought was super funny. So for listeners that haven't seen the movie, basically these AI girlfriend robots, you can customize their appearance, hair color, eye color, uh, tone of skin, height and weight, maybe. I'm not sure. There was like a bunch of features on it, kind of like your sim character, right? You can draw the eyebrows closer together. I don't know, like all kinds of funny looking things. And one of them is intellect, so you can like turn it all the way up to 100%, so they're like smart and a high IQ, or you can lower it to a lower degree, so they're not as intelligent and kind of match your intelligence. So, yeah, the movie's just a big dig on poor Jack Quaid, man, to be to be the butt end of the joke of this movie. Because Grant mentioned him being so flippant. What really worked is like you're like, yeah, why? Like after the meet cute, did he just like become disinterested? Is he like unfaithful? Because that's what I kept assuming. Like, oh, maybe he has a thing with this other girl. But then I was like, well, she's dating Sergey, so I don't see how that's possible unless they're both,
Yeah.
cheating on each other. Or like I was like, maybe they had a past relationship and now they're friends and then they're both dating other people. Because that always works, Hang around the people that you used to sleep around with, even in your new relationships. I'm sure nothing will ever bad will happen. So
Just like what's the rental movie? Rental, yeah.
the rent. Yeah, oh,
Where
it's funny
they
you say that because I thought that too. But I'm like, anytime I see a movie in a cabin and people getting together, I'm like, bad things are going down. Airbnbs, something bad's going down. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Deus
so yeah,
Machina.
to me, yeah, it was interesting to find out why he was so flippant. And then, okay, so more twists and turns, right? What I appreciated was as soon as you find out Patrick and what's his boyfriend's name?
Eli.
Eli, thank you. Yeah. So Eli's like, okay, let's split up the money or whatever. And he's like, we'll split it three ways. He's like, three
Yeah,
ways?
four.
Wait, why doesn't Pat? Yeah, it's like, why not four ways? And then they're like, are you serious right now? And he goes, Patrick, go to sleep. And then Patrick shuts down. And you're like, oh my gosh, he's his sex robot.
Yeah.
Or, his AI companion bot or whatever. And you're like, oh, that's hilarious. So I appreciated that twist because I was like,
Yeah, I was
who's real
not
here? Yeah, I
expecting
was like,
that.
who's real here now? Because now we're like, and then I was thinking like, wait, was Sergey one? No, I don't think Sergey was one. So I'm not. I'm now like, I'm retracing my steps where I'm like, have they given away hints of like who else might be a robot? So that's the only other twist as far as like the identity. But then it's really funny because it makes you recontextualize when they met because it shows Harvey, Guillen, the actor that plays Eli his meet cute with Patrick. And that, like Jordan said, literally like reminded me so much of 5 Year Engagement, where it's like they're wearing these costumes, they're at a party, and so they have this meet cute or whatever. And then after Patrick and Eli, they tried to take down Iris. Iris fights back, gets the upper hand, and kills Eli. And then Patrick is then hacked by Jack Quaid's character, or was it Cat?
Go
One of
for
them, I think
full
it's
Terminator
Josh.
mode.
Yeah, it goes full Terminator and is like, you now kill Iris, subdue Iris or whatever. But it's really funny because after Eli dies, Jack, um, Jack Quaid's character, Josh, he's like, imprints himself on Patrick's character. So then he becomes the love interest for Patrick. So Patrick's like, I'll do anything for Josh, right? And it's just funny because he basically, you do the meet cute again, and it's him there instead of Eli. So he hijacks his love, I guess, making his robot work for him now. And now he's obsessed with him, which I thought that was kind of clever because part of the thing that made me laugh though, because we're to assume that Eli came from a position where he truly loved Patrick or whatever, unlike Jack, Josh's character who doesn't truly love Iris. I'm like, let's be real. Eli did the same sleazy thing to Patrick as Josh did to Patrick. He's falsely imprinted these memories into him, making Patrick believe that he's a real human being. So I find it funny that what I wanted to have a discussion about, I was curious to know how many people in this world allow their companions to know that they're robots because it seemed like a conscious decision to not, because they were like, don't tell Iris she doesn't know. And then
Yeah.
Eli also didn't let Patrick know. And I was like, I wonder if that's just this weekend and it happened to be these two characters for the audience's sake. So when Eli says, Patrick, go to sleep, and Patrick sleeps, we're like, oh, he's a robot too. I'm wondering if like in this world, if that's like a common thing, because like, does your relationship change if they then find out that they are a robot or whatever, right? Because it's like, if they find out that their memories were implants and they weren't real, does that change the relationship? Can you factory reset it? Like, if they find out, you just wipe their memory and start over again, right? Or what? Or maybe like 50 First Dates, they have to wake up every day forgetting that they were a robot. So I just had those kinds of questions, but I'm like, I don't think the movie's too concerned with those things. But Eli and Josh seem to be keeping it a secret from their robot companions that they are robots. And so like when Iris and Patrick find out, they're horrified. Patrick literally ends up killing himself with a taser in the face and the mouth. And Iris, gets shot in the head, and is unable to stop herself because Josh commanded. So kind of like the three laws robotics, you have to obey your human. You can't disobey an order, but you can't harm another human being or break laws, I guess, technically. And
Yeah,
you
and you
can't
can't lie.
lie. And you can't
Yeah.
lie. So you have to be like 100% honest. So there's some fun, clever things about that when Sophie is required by law to tell the truth. She then switches her language. So she tells the truth in
Oh
German
yeah.
to the cop. I thought that, see, that was really clever. Like, I like when they operate
Yeah.
in those rules. It just made the movie kind of fun. And then eventually the cop, is like, she's covered in blood. Like, what's going on here? So he investigates. And then Patrick, unfortunately, has to kill the cops. Josh just like stop Cat from leaving. Patrick then murders Cat. So it's like Sergei's dead, Eli's dead, Cat's dead. He's like, and I love the idea of jailbreaking your companion. I love that. I don't think I've ever seen that in a movie, other than like, hijacking technology and stuff, like and hacking in computers. I don't think I've ever seen that where it's like
Well, because I think
jailbreak
with
your
AI, the
companion.
whole
Yeah.
like jailbreak is usually like they become self-aware and then they
Yes.
like supersede their master by being like, I'm
Yeah.
rewriting my programming
Have
now.
you watched Ex Machina? That's another movie that
Yeah.
made me think of. Oh my gosh, Ex Machina is such a good movie. The end when she's
Yeah.
leaving and you're just like, she's evil. She's off to go take over the world now. But it kind of made me think of this a little bit, but
Yeah.
good freaking stuff. So yeah, so those were the world things. And then like I even loved it at the end when the empathic employees come by and they're like collecting the robot and they're like, yeah, so that seems like everything is fine. And they're like,
Like
um,
good thing the memory in in the core of
it's
her
not in the
body is
head,
fine.
it's right in her chest. Yeah. It's right here in her center of mass or whatever. And
Like,
it's like,
oh,
oh,
great.
and then he has Patrick then murdered the two empath, the two employees, and I'm like, how is
Mm.
he like? It was just, and what I enjoyed about it was like, in the end, it's like, yeah, he's not going to get away with any of this, but it just kind of got funnier because he's just keeps killing more and more people and thinking he can still get away with it. I just thought that was funny, where it's like,
Yeah.
you know, we we have it all recorded, so like we'll go back and review it and make sure that it matches what the cop said. And it's just really funny that they'll check his alibi based on the memory storage and the bots, and people try to destroy him. And yeah, so there's a bunch of questions I had where I'm like, well,
Well,
does
then
that
they
mean he?
say like, because you read the user agreement, right?
Yeah, yeah,
He's like,
yeah. That's a great line. Yeah, you read your user agreement, right? It says right here that we can record everything, and should we need to, if you terminate if it breaks a rule, what happened? Why did it misfunction? And then I like also when they get in the car and he's like, oh yeah, he definitely did some stuff. Like he's definitely guilty somehow. He's like, he jailbroke it 100%. I just thought that was funny. But yeah, kind of fun world building. I almost feel like you could do more stories like this. Like you have a heist movie here with some twists and turns. I do find it interesting. It's like, well, if you could make a companion that's 100% IQ, I imagine that they would find out very quickly that they are AI, like things like that, which I found interesting because it's like she gets control of her iPad and starts increasing her
I
intelligence,
thought that was funny
and then
too. That
he
scene where she
changes hers.
has Josh's phone, she turns up her intelligence all the way to the top. I was expecting a limitless kind of moment for her to be
Right.
like, I
She'd
know
be like,
exactly what to
actually,
do. But then she's just like, well, she started like logically thinking through like her different actions, which I thought was interesting, but like
mhm.
didn't seem like very smart.
Yeah, you're like
I mean,
100% still it's an iPhone
yeah.
16, yeah, or
Yeah,
whatever,
her
right?
range is like bimbo to like
To
normal
carry on
person,
Average human.
philosophical
average.
conversation. Yeah, average smart. It's like it comes with the preset, right? It's like no one needs AI companion that's that smart. Come on. So,
Yeah, I did like her
then,
fighting against it too. Like, no.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting
Yeah, I was
stupider
saying no,
when he
and
gets control of it, turns it all the way down. Now you're stupid. Now you're gonna shut up
You
and
dumb
listen to
dumb.
me, you woman. Yeah. It did have like a little bit of that, but I enjoyed the twists and turns it took. It still looked like it had a fresh take, and like Jordan said, the only reason it got a good review because you had this trad wife girl. It was completely against her will, everybody. So relax. Women don't love men. Women aren't infatuated with men. Women don't like to support men. Women, feminists out there listening to the podcast, it's okay. We hear you. Men are the
Believe
worst.
believe me, Ty, the
They're
feminists are
all
not
villainous.
listening to this.
If they were given the opportunity, They would, every man would enslave their wife and enslave him and shackle him to the patriarchy. So, amen. Can I get an amen? So should women have the right to vote, Grant? Oh, sorry, what are we talking about? I just meant the right to drive, actually. Let's get into,
That's funny because that myth, I actually looked that up and it's a myth that women are worse drivers. We just
I
like anecdotal evidence, we like find experiences from our own,
well,
you
getting
know.
off that subject, I just love that um like
don't worry, Grant, I'll bring that up again.
oh please don't. I love how much like because I'm Blade Runner's like all-time favorite movie. You can see that over there. I love Blade Runner. But so this robot-esque, like I feel like this is the beginning of that world. And so I just like love I
Companion is
really
actually a prequel to Blade Runner, yeah.
yeah, it is. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I just like the whole robot thing.
Yeah,
Um,
right. So I mentioned earlier, like Jordan said, that whole like, what is it to be alive, right? Do androids dream of electronic sheep or whatever? It's interesting to think like Eli, again, because he really loved Patrick or whatever, it's like justified. But I'm like, he's no less of a monster than freaking Josh is, other than the fact that he loves his companion more than Josh loved his. But I'm like, that's like me saying I love my toaster more
I,
than Jordan loves his toaster. It's
it
like
is so
you
funny that
still
his
enslaved it. Yeah,
I
it's just
love that
funny.
his robot like love beat through
Yeah, yeah,
the
through
ones and
his
zeros.
coding, yeah,
Yeah.
and then he's able to murder himself because he's horrified at what he's become. I'll be with you, Eli, and kills himself. I'm like, okay, I
Except he
guess.
doesn't have a soul, so he won't. Suck it.
Yeah, Eli isn't. Yeah, he won't be able to join Eli in hell because of their gay relationship.
You're saying he's a robot.
So yeah, he just gets no heaven because he's a gay robot. Doesn't even get to go to robot heaven.
They're like, you can
Um,
go, yeah, you can go to heaven if you're a robot, but if you're gay, sorry.
yeah, he was forced against his will to be in a gay relationship. Two gay relationships, in fact. But anyway, I just thought I did enjoy that whole hijacking it because again, we're like, oh, that's so sad because Eli is a caring person as opposed to Josh. So I think it's funny what you said, Grant, about Josh just being so flippant and disinterested. I think for me, it kind of did make it funnier where it's like this whole heist thing comes out of nowhere and it's like Sergey's got 14 million cash in his vault and you're
Yeah,
like,
that
wait,
reminded me of
what?
C
Like,
ICU or is it called C for me? That's what it was.
oh, see for me?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
just
so funny. We're watching all these movies, man. Like heist movies are back,
the
baby.
yeah, the tacked on like
It's
heist
always a
thing. It's like
MacGuffin, right? Yeah, what
yeah.
sparks all of this? It's like, well, $14 million, you know. Oh, okay.
Well, and I think Grant, you said the rental, right? It kind of has those twists and turns where it's like, whatever.
Yeah, is it this thing? Is it that thing? Yeah. So I agree. Yeah, a lot of these movies kind of have parts that are reminiscent of one another and stuff like that. So, but yeah,
And
anything else you
that
you go ahead,
one
Jim.
friend, so were they actually ever a thing that remember he was working with her
Kat
to
and
get the
Josh.
yeah, or was she
I
just using
think
him
it's
to
a
get the money?
maybe
Wait,
the
what do you mean,
like
like
The one chick that convinced
cat?
him to kill the guy, or
yeah, Kat uses Josh. I
remember
don't
she
know if
tells
she
him
was
he's
using
like
him.
what did say he was? Like a cartel or something.
Yeah, yeah. So Kat lies
Sergey?
to
So
Josh about
cat,
yeah.
yeah, cat's with
Kat
Sergey to like
yeah.
get close to him to know like
But what I'm saying is,
the
were they a thing
Did
at
Josh and
all,
Kat?
or do you
I
think?
don't know. I think that's kind
Okay.
of just alluded to. Like maybe they were just friends or maybe they did date before, but
Mm.
because ultimately she does seem almost sickened by Iris and jealous in a way because she even says like I hate you, but not just you, like the idea of you. She's talking about like being a, a doll for hire for
Yeah,
companionship, you
see, I
know.
like
So
those
yeah,
conversations. It just makes you think.
she was like, "You clanker, you freaking clanker."
Well, because they're both in a way kind of horrors, like, but one doesn't know it. And like, you know what I mean?
They're both kind of what? Poor?
They're both horrors,
Oh,
but one doesn't know it. And so that's why she says, like, I kind of envy you because she doesn't realize she's a horror because she's a robot.
I like how you're calling Iris a whore. Iris is a very loyal and dependent companion. Yeah, like she's very much there
Whore.
for you, but she's just programmed to be that way. But Josh uses her, yeah, to his own pleasure and whatnot. So. But like Grant said, he at least he's not abusive until he is abusive. Put your hand on this candle. Shoot yourself in the head. You have to listen to me, don't you? I'm like, he's such like a petty, yeah. So I imagine if the trailer showed like Jack Quaid being some kind of menacing figure, it is hilarious to watch this movie and be like, Josh was not menacing at all, but the joy came from the twists and turns that the story made and just how many more people could die. It reminded me of what's that dark comedy where everyone dies at the end? For some reason, I'm thinking of the what's it called? The romance movie? What's the one that Quentin Tarantino wrote? True Romance? I was thinking of that, but no, I was thinking of what's the actual movie I was thinking? Oh, I don't feel at home in this world anymore. Kind of remind me of that. Just everyone's dying. So this movie reminds me of
Is
so
that the
many
one with
things.
Elijah Wood?
Yeah, dude. Where he throws the
I for
firecrackers and the
what
ninja
is that?
star.
I don't remember that
The
movie. I
best
just
scene,
remember
dude.
like, don't they kill like, doesn't he kill like an old lady or something?
No, no. She fights an old man and punches like an old man in the face, or the
Oh
old man
yeah.
punches her in the face for the silverware, dude.
Yeah, does he drop kick him? I can't remember.
Uh,
Something.
my favorite is when Elijah Wood throws the firecrackers in the house and then throws a ninja star at the wall. It's like such an amazing scene.
I need to rewatch that.
And then he like
Yeah, I
tries to
haven't
grab it and
seen
it's
that
like
in
stuck in the door and
forever.
he's like, that's how hard I threw it.
There's a movie you need to
So good.
review, Ty.
Have we not reviewed I Don't Feel at Home in This World anymore?
No.
You're 100%
I feel
certain.
like we have,
No, we have
because I
not.
feel like I was on
I
that,
I'm almost certain
or
we have.
I
Yeah,
watched it at
Jordan.
least. I don't remember if we reviewed it.
How did we skip it then? We must have talked about it at least in passing, because I know we mentioned on the pod before, but that's a great one. We should rewatch that one. That'd be a fun one. That's a great movie. It actually kind of keep right with this. It's just like it kind of reminds me of like Hunt for the Wilder People. It's just like one of those funky, quirky movies that you're like, I love this movie, but I don't know who I'd ever recommend it to or like, get a group together and watch it because it's kind of just like it is kind of its own brand of humor where you're like, it's kind of sad. It's a dark comedy. I don't want like people to see me laughing when someone gets shot or like killed. So, good stuff. But
I know.
anyway.
I thought that Fargo was a dark comedy, but I apparently did not remember the movie very well. I mean, it kind of could be
Oh,
classified
it
as dark
definitely is
comedy,
a dark comedy. Yeah.
but I
But
remember it being a lot more funny until I watched it with Elise, and I was like,
yeah, you're
"Ugh."
like, what was it? The
Wrong
foot sticking
audience.
out of the wood chipper? Yeah. You're like, see, it's funny.
Yeah,
Shoving a foot in there.
I know.
Are you
She was
okay,
afraid of
Marge?
being abducted for the next week.
That's so funny you say that because like any movie involving kidnapping and stuff, it's like, oh, but it's funny, and you're like, what's funny about this? I'm like, I don't know. When I was in high school or college, I thought this movie was the funniest thing, and I'm like,
I know.
yeah, it's kind of sad. It's like a husband and a loveless marriage, and and a father-in-law that he hates. He's trying to extort for money. You're like, Dad, come. This is a dark movie, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, good stuff. Good stuff. I love it. Well, anything else you wanted to throw out? I think Jordan's on dad duty again. So, would you recommend Companion?
If you don't watch the trailer, yeah, go in with no expectations.
Yeah, I know. Or listening to this podcast, we've spoiled everything, but
True.
that comes with the territory. We always make that caveat. We spoil every movie episode. You should only listen to us after you've seen the movie. But if we're reviewing it, you should see the movie, and then you know what we're talking about. But yeah, going in blind
Unless it's
is
a
the
week where
best way.
it's a horrible movie. It's
Yeah, and then it's too
too
late. But
bad.
yeah, we're like, don't watch this movie. Oh, too late. You already watched it, and now you're hearing our
Yeah.
review about it. But then it's validating because you're like, good. Why did you make me sit through this movie? But then you can have a good time with us laughing about how bad it is, even though none of us will ever be creative enough to create a movie of our own one day. Um, we could just sit here and armchair quarterback how to make a proper movie. But Companion gets a thumbs up from me. I think anyone should watch this movie. It's a lot of fun. So lots of fun twists and turns. And and it can't be more relevant than what's the new robot that they're introducing now? Did you see that, Grant? They have like these home. They literally just announced it like this week. One second, I'll find it. There's these new robots that are Marquise Brownlee just did a review on it. They're basically humanoid robots that'll do your laundry at home for you now. But there's a few problems with it because it can't quite do the AI stuff yet, but they're steadily working toward it. But they just have Neo robot, the Neo
Mm.
robot. Look it up. But yeah, I'll send it to you. It's kind of crazy.
Well, but did
But
you see that it's basically just driven by a human at the beginning, it's so
yeah,
it
yeah,
can
yeah.
get to
No,
know
no, no.
the layout of the
Yeah,
land?
yeah, yeah. But like, but the weird thing is like, it's literally kind of marking the beginning of the end. The way they built this thing, it's only like 5'6", so it's not imposing, and they made it from like soft fluff and cloth, so it just looks soft. It looks friendly. It has two little friendly eyes. It looks like Betamax, like a skinny version of Betamax.
Baymax.
Baymax, Betamax. What's his name? Ba
Baymax.
Baymax or Betamax?
It's Baymax.
Baymax from Big Hero 6. So he's like a thin version
Yeah.
of Betamax, and he does your laundry. I keep calling Beta Max. Anyway, he does laundry dishes. It's like a perfect little home assistant. And it's so weird. But anyway, you're right, Jordan. It's just people in India, you know, working with the VR headset doing chores for the robot, doing complex tasks until it gets the AI and all enough data to then build an AI to do the motions of doing things like getting up and answering the door and doing dishes and taking your dogs for walks, all this stuff. It's weird because it's like the commercial shows this and you can get it for like 20K or pay 500 a month for this service. But it made me laugh. One of my favorite grifts, they were like, they're like, buy the robot, get a job working for Neo robot, and and
Make a
then
robot do the work for you.
get paid to clean your home. And I thought that was the funniest thing because it's like if you get a job there, you buy the robot and then you pilot the robot to clean your home and you get paid doing to clean your home. And I just thought that was the funniest grift. I don't know why, it just made me laugh. It was like the internet is the best place, dude. Like they're not wrong. That's right. So anyway, we'll have a bunch of people in India buy virtual, remote, and robot cleaning our homes for a while until AI is good enough to do it. But it's just so dystopian and so creepy because it's like this is the beginning of the end. Privacy is going to be a major issue and concern. You already had this movie jailbreaking their robots. It's going to get weird very quickly.
Yeah.
So the implications feel very prevalent. And I thought just due to the fact that the Neo robots just got announced, I think this was a very good movie to bookend that because it's like we're not far off. And ironically, they're like, it's just like everyone keeps making the reference. They're like, it just cleans your home, you perverts. And you're like, so far. Like, just give it time. People will get more and more
Then you can buy
perverse.
installments and on all this other stuff you can get.
And then you could, yeah, be enslaved for the rest of your life. But again, having a home assistant, and again, it's just very interesting, like the way they designed it, where this is coming from, and you're like, it does feel like the next step where you're like, oh yeah, like imagine not having to do all those tedious tasks like vacuuming and dusting. Like you'll have a robot that does all these chores for you. It's just very crazy. So,
I feel like it's such a generational thing that like so many people are turned off by that idea. That's like you're gonna have to brainwash a whole new generation of people to be like,
while I
yeah, this
agree
is
with
normal
it,
and fine.
yeah. While I agree with it partially, I'm like there's plenty of people that will be interested on this. Like on the bleeding edge of technology, the bleeding edge. Is it bleeding edge or bleating edge? I would assume it's bleeding edge.
Bleeding.
But like who's bleeding? Whose blood is that? I never understood that quote or that saying. The bleeding edge of technology. You'll have people that are like happy to sign away their privacy knowing that they're like getting a robot to do their dishes. Like I don't freaking care. And I love it too. The commercial shows like a home where it's like tidying up the house. The house is like immaculately clean. Looks like Ryan and Morgan's home. And then like it's folding like a white linen blanket that was like on the couch. And you're like, yeah, yeah, good thing they have that robot. Who would possibly uh, better toughed up that throw blanket, that
Yeah.
the blanket on the couch. it wasn't for this robot. And then it's like grabbing laundry, and the laundry's like beautiful white linen clothes and stuff. It's like putting them in a laundry basket. You're like, how about you show like a hoarder's house? It's like cleaning out like some filthy habitat.
Malfunctioning, don't know what to
Yeah,
do next.
it's like too many tasks. I can't get it all done. It just has a lighter and a match and a lighter. It just sets the house on fire. It's like time to start
This is the
again.
only solution.
This is the only solution. We're too far gone. It's literally the Rick and Morty where it's like, what is my purpose? You pass butter. My gosh.
Is that the Mr.
Literally that
Meeseeks?
joke. No, no. I don't know if it was the Meeseeks episode, but it's the one little camera robot that's on the table, and it's like, "What's my
Uh,
purpose? You pass butter." My gosh! It looks down at its hands, and it's like, "Why is this my purpose?" It literally was
That's
companion
funny.
in a 30-second joke on Rick and Morty. So
That's
good,
funny.
dude. But yeah, Jordan mentioned Blade Runner. I do find that whole discussion of like morally, are they entitled to rights? Are they entitled to whatever? She gives a good performance, makes you think, yeah, maybe they do have a soul. Maybe they do deserve dignity or whatever, right? And then part of me is like, I say that, but I have a microwave, I have an ice machine, I have, a foot massager, I've got all these silly toys, and I've got this microphone. Like my laptop, my phone. Does my phone deserve, I don't know, fair treatment? Does Alexa on top of my fridge? I used to have Alexa, I don't anymore. But like you'd say her name and I'm not respectful. I'm like, Alexa, stop talking. Shut up.
Yeah, I hate our
Like,
Echo Dot.
yeah, see, it's funny. I used to have that device and it stopped working and then I just never got a new one because my company paid for one. I'm like, it's just a silently listening device in my home, gathering data about me and my personal beliefs and things I probably would never want said out loud. But don't worry, listeners. I have said plenty of horrent things on this podcast. So if you're worried that I save the best things for private, no, no, no. I air them all here on the podcast. So very, I wear my heart on my sleeve, you might say. So anyway, I uh, I find it interesting that privacy, like you said, Grant, training a whole generation. I think that there's fewer and fewer people that are concerned about that because a lot of people are like I see people taking polls all the time on the news and social media and X and they're like, do you care about privacy? And people are like, no, I've got nothing to hide, so just if it makes my life more convenient,
That's
do it.
crazy.
It is crazy because it's the dystopian thing where it's like you have these comforts in life that make you completely forget like all the sacrifices that had to be made for you to get there and enjoy the freedoms that you do have. And people are just happy to give them away for more convenience, for more wealth, for more idle time, for more temporary pleasures. It's friggin' hedonism, man. Just seeking for the greatest thrill. I don't have to ever do laundry again. Yeah, I'll have some guy from India look around in my home and watch me in the comfort of my own home doing my laundry for me until AI is strong enough to do it itself. It's just crazy. But
Yeah,
yeah, it'll
that's
be interesting
wild.
to see what future we have for ourselves. But
I
those
feel
Neo
like
robots really have me thinking.
I feel like Ted from what's the Turbo Kid Turbo Time? What is that?
Oh, well, Ted,
Jingle all the
the
way?
neighbor
What
Jingle
you
All the
jingle
Way
away.
when he's
Yeah.
like, "Dad, you smell like barf."
Oh,
I
because
just
you
like
Jordan's
I just
covered in vomit. Yeah.
yeah, I just like smell my hands. Like I smell like the nasty milk crap that they eat.
Good stuff, dude. Yeah,
But
get used to smelling bad for the rest of your life, dude. You're gonna
But
stink
yeah,
forever.
we're literally heading toward what's that episode called? Nosedive? Is that what it's called? The one with the everyone's rated on a scale
Oh, on Black Mirror, is that what you're talking
in
oh,
about?
Black
Black
Mirror,
Mirror?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like our whole society is becoming like
I could see that.
monitored. Mm.
There's one, is it the episode with Donald Gleason where he's the robot or he's not the robot, sorry, but
Oh yeah, that's a good one
the
too. Yeah.
that kind of
Is
reminded me
his
of
name
it.
his name Donald Gleason, the redhead
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah, he's Brendan Gleason's son, yeah.
Well,
And
well,
and in About Time. You don't know his name yet? About Time and
I know he's in About Time.
yeah. He's Brendan Gleason's son from 28 Days Later, Mad Eye Moody. That's his son. I don't know how
Oh,
Donald
cool.
Gleason
That's
What?
looks
crazy.
I
like
didn't
that.
know that.
You
Mind
didn't
blown.
know that? Of
Whatever,
course,
Ty.
I
You
feel like
probably
I
just
bring
I
this up
don't
recently
every
know. I
week
don't
on the
know
realized.
actors'
podcast.
names, dude. Like it takes me forever to figure out who
Oh,
people are.
if you can name three movies they're in. So he's in Star Wars, he's in Just Friends, and Ex Machina. I learned Donald Gleason's name because he's in three great movies.
And he's
If you have
Bill
three
in Harry
good
Potter.
movies, yeah, and he's Charlie or he's Bill.
Or
I don't
yeah.
know. He's Bill or Charlie. He's one of the
Yeah.
Weasleys. He looks like a Weasley. But and then Brendan Gleeson, his father, Mad Eye Moody. That it's so funny though because you look at Mad Eye Moody and you're like, and he has this skinny little twerp son, whereas Brendan Gleeson's like a big burly, big guy. So it's just funny that he's got like this twig son.
That's funny.
But anyway, yes. So well, and I guess the reason that just made me laugh is because you mentioned Jack Quaid being Dennis Quaid's son and you didn't know
Yeah.
it. So it's like that's kind of funny. You're like, are there other actors? Like, yeah, did you know that Captain America, not Chris Evans' character, but the new Captain America and the Winter Falcon, that's Kurt Russell's son. Maybe you didn't know that. And Jordan watches Wrath of Man. He loves that. That's Clint Eastwood's son, who's the
I
main villain
love
in
Wrath
that.
of Man.
I know, but the
Wait,
villain
wait,
in that, that's
wait, wait,
Clint
wait.
Eastwood's son.
The guy who plays Falcon?
No, the guy that plays the Winter Soldier, or he play not the Winter Soldier. He doesn't play
Bucky?
Winter Soldier. He's the new Captain America that like murders that guy, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, Captain America murdered someone." Did you ever watch the show? It was awful.
No, I
It's
heard so many
literally the
bad
you
things
have to
about
do
it.
better, Senator. It's that one. Like it's literally
Yeah,
it's
never seen it though.
Captain African
Apparently, he's in
American can't
Thunderbolts,
get a
though.
loan. He can't get he saved the world, but he can't get a loan for like his failing business or to like save his parents' boat so they can fish shrimp or gumbo out the river. I don't remember what it
I,
is, but
Gumbo, what
it's
is this,
literally
Forrest
a
Gump?
failure. Yeah, it kind of was. He literally can't secure a loan, and you're like,
Gumbo
you're the
shrimp.
fetching Avenger, and he like can't get. I'm like, surely you could like, I don't know, become a franchisee. Like seriously, you have people that play pickleball, not even that well, that have sponsors, and you saved the world, and you can't even get a sponsor. Like, what's wrong with you, dude? I'm sorry. That movie made that show was awful. And then he's like justifying to lawmakers that this terrorist that killed people was actually not such a bad person. Like doing active political violence. And you're like, you have to do better, Senator. The reason she was killing people is because that's the only way that these people can have a voice to be heard. And I'm like, I'm done. Captain America sucks. Nice work, Falcon. I don't even know why he had to take up the mantle of Captain America. Why couldn't he just be Falcon? I thought he was cool as Falcon. He could fly, he had his own identity, but then it's like, I have to fill the shoes of Captain America. And it's like, okay, whatever. Like, I thought Sebastian Stan, who plays Bucky, I thought his whole thing was going to be taking up Captain America's thing because he's like the evil version of Captain America. So then he, like, oh, I'll never be as good as Steve Rogers. And then Falcon could have been like, none of us are, man, but like, we're all trying, you know? That would have been cool. Why did they just do that? Disney, hire me. I'll make a much better story. My gosh.
We really do need
Anyway,
to start you another podcast called just Ty's Rant. And you can just go on for hours about stuff.
Ty's tangent or Ty's tirade is what I was gonna call it, and it's just me rambling on about all the things that annoy me about modern day movies and how they suck.
Do you
But
watch AP
my
Bio,
suggestion is to
Ty?
fix them. What's that?
Do you watch AP Bio?
I started it. It was just like Vice Principals. I enjoyed it, but it was like I was either watching too much Rick and Morty, Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul, where I was like, these are the best of that, and these are like comedy versions of that, but like I've already done too many anti-heroes where I'm like, I'm not supposed to like this guy, but they give you just enough where you do like him and root for him.
Those are interesting comparisons. I think it's more of a comedy show, but
No, no,
it's just
it is, but Rick and Morty is a comedy show. I know I mentioned Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, but like Community, that's another great example. Jeff Winger,
yeah,
but
it
again,
reminds
both
me
by
of
Dan
Community.
Harmon.
Yeah.
But Dan Harmon is probably the best writer for characters that are irredeemable, but somehow you get to root for him. And I would order,
Anyways,
yeah.
I mean, we can debate whether or not it's a good show. That's fine.
Well,
I think it's
you've
great.
turned me on to
I
Vice Principals
I'm
and this. They're the same
that's
show.
no okay, fine. So I even though I disagree, it's fine. There's a character on the show, and she just sits and talks for hours, and she does live feed. I'm like, Ty could just do this.
Dude, I could talk for a living, dude. I do it as a hobby, but yeah, if you guys started paying me, I wouldn't be opposed to that. So go to our Patreon. I don't think I've plugged that for a while. We have a Patreon. You guys can pay us
Yeah, we do, but who
for some
knows?
reason.
I don't even think we know how to access it. So
If we go on there, we're millionaires. We're like,
yeah, right.
holy shit, we got
I
tons of
I
money.
bet you
Our
there's
listeners.
nothing on there.
We don't even get emails from listeners. Sorry, listeners.
Um,
We're a very serious podcast. You should take us seriously because we take ourselves very seriously. So send us your money. We end every episode by sharing movies that. Oh, Jordan, do you recommend Companion?
I do personally, yeah. I think
Let's
it's a
go.
fun I want to call it a thriller, but it's like I feel like it's not super thrilling, it's
Call it
just
an
fun. Huh?
artificial intelligence, dark comedy, psychological thriller, sci-fi thriller. It has psychological thriller and thriller in the
Well, it's just
description.
like I wasn't really nervous for her. I was just like having fun on the ride with her. And I
Would
was
you,
like,
is it because you
yeah.
consider her a horror? Is that why you didn't care about her?
mainly because she's a robot and I I don't care, but it's kind of like
You're like,
this
you effing
it
clanker.
no, but it is interesting. I feel like just like Star Wars, I felt like the best character was a robot and I felt like she was the best character, which is just funny. It's kind of
Yeah.
like Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey where you're like I like you better than these like brainless, mindless people who are just like I'm a robot. Like are more robotic than the robots, you know?
Yeah. I think that's the whole point, right? Like, should they have rights? Was Patrick's pain
Well,
real?
definitely
You
not.
know?
I don't
Yeah.
give a crap if they're like a million times better than humans. So they don't deserve rights.
There you go. Dude, you belong in the. Did you see Creator yet, Jordan? The
They're
Creator?
yeah, I didn't like it.
What? That movie was awesome.
That was meh.
Grant, have you seen
I'm
The
not as
Creator?
big a Washington
It's
Sun
a
as
cool.
you are.
I know you don't like JD Washington. I think he's freaking cool.
Eh, I don't think
Cool in
he's like
Tenet. He's cool in
Zach, yeah,
Grant.
Tenet, yeah.
Creator is
Tenet's
awesome.
good because
It's
Nolan is
Gareth Brooks.
good, but
If you liked Rogue One Star Wars, you'll love this. It's right in
are
that.
you talking to me or Grant?
I'm talking to
It's
Grant. He
called
hasn't seen it.
Oh,
Creator.
Yeah, it's called The Creator. It's got it's literally like it's like Logan if it was directed and then Star Wars had a baby. That's what it feels like. It's a
So it's
sci-fi
like
action
sci-fi.
movie. Yeah, it's a sci-fi action movie. It's really fun. That's one for Elise. It's a PG-13. It's pretty fun. Anyone can watch it. It's really fun. Dude, and let's talk about the budget for that movie. I think it only had like a budget of like 100 or 200 million,
you,
and that movie looked nicer than like I don't know. Like explain to me how the Marvels had a budget of 400
you
million
know what it
and the
reminded me
movie
of?
looked so immaculate and
It
the
looked
CGI is so
it
impressive.
was like Elysium except more boring.
No, it's more exciting than Elysium. Is it more exciting than District 9? No. Neil Blomkamp, District 9 is still the best sci-fi
This
Well,
movie
I
of all
didn't.
time.
Yeah,
Have you seen District 9, Grant?
Yeah,
Oh,
the I'm
fuck.
Chap or no, I'm thinking of Chappie.
yeah.
What's
Same
Oh,
director.
Chappie
District
is so boring
9?
too. Yeah.
I like Chappie.
I
Ain't
am
Chappie.
Chappie. No, District 9 is
I'm
his
Chappie.
best. Elysium is his next best. Chappie, I can't even finish it. I've started that movie twice. I can't even finish Chappie.
I like Chappie. Ain't Chappie.
I am Chappie. I am consciousness.
I ain't consciousness. Dude,
Yeah, but I'm like,
Uh,
I'd rather see Iris, I want to see her get equal rights, but Chappie, I'd like to see that clanker thrown in the freaking sea, man.
Thrown in
No
the
soul.
grinder.
speaking of
Put
AI,
her in
are
the
you watching all the
grinder.
Sora 2 videos? I saw you watch the Pinhead thing, Mr. Rogers. Are you watching the
Yeah.
Sora?
Yeah, so like I'm tired of seeing how many different ways I can see Michael Jackson steal people's food, but like I do find the videos interesting because like I'll watch like some of them are like dumb, but like some of them I find interesting where it's like they'll take like what do you
I'm just
call it?
excited where it's gonna go from here. That's all I'm
Yeah.
excited about.
Well, no, so it's funny you say that. Like part of me is like internet is being so flooded now with like AI content. It's like you're gonna reach the super saturation point where it's like you're watching this. Like, what would your favorite Disney characters look like if they were real? It's like I don't freaking care. Like I don't even like Disney anymore. And it's like here's a side by side comparison of the 2D animation versus like what they would look like in real life. And I'm like, okay. But like I'm literally at the point where I'm like I
Well,
honestly think that
what?
there's going to be like an authenticity issue where it's like
Yeah,
people want to know like something is not created by AI, like
yeah.
because it's becoming
It's
trash. It's like literally like, oh, like it's eye popping and like, yeah, you'll look at it, but it's like it's the same
well,
way that you like drive by a car wreck or you're like, well, that's awful or that's
well.
horrific to look
What
at, but I can't look away.
what I've
S-
been mistaken is like I'm watching videos like I'm like I'm because they got these like night cameras and it looks like a night camera, but it's AI. I thought it was real, and it was like these bunnies got on a trampoline and started jumping. It tricked
You're like
me.
someone's ring doorbell caught these, rabbits jumping on the
Yeah,
trampoline.
it got me. I believed it.
Yeah. Yeah. You looked it up and you're like, dude, that's crazy. Rabbits are all like jumping on the trampoline, dude.
Dude, I know. I feel like an old person now because I watch videos and I'm like, holy crap. And then I'm like, and then later I click on the and watch their other videos. I'm like, oh, this was AI. And I didn't even know it. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like
no,
another,
I'll give it to you. No, there are some videos where I immediately like don't know if it's AI or not. And sometimes I question it where I'm like, is
like,
this real? Yeah, like I don't
you
know.
know how people make, did you watch the Always Sunny in Philadelphia newest season?
Yeah, yeah, I think
Okay, so
so.
you know
Yeah.
how like
I watched all of them.
Frank is on about the cake and he said everything
Is it real or
cakes look
cake?
so
Yeah.
real.
Which is a real show, by the
Yeah,
way. Is
yeah.
it real or is it
Is it real
cake?
as a
Yeah.
cake?
But
So,
there's commentary obviously
okay,
about, yeah, with
well, people made
AI
these
and stuff.
AI videos that I also thought was real, and it was like it was an animal in the shape of a cake, and then they would cut the cake, and then the animals would freak out and like lose their minds. And I was like, oh man, I'm like, this is hilarious. And then I found out they were AI, and I'm like, oh man, I got tricked again.
That would be so funny if on the show Is It Real or Is It Cake? They like cut into like what seemingly is like an
A
animal. They
cat.
start cutting into it and it starts like squirming around. You're like, turns out it wasn't cake. And the cat's just like, like bleeding out on the table.
Okay,
Turns out it wasn't cake.
I watched a really funny video of an older dad watching a video, and he's like, "Look at these kids! They're falling off a cliff and they're dying." And then the son walks up and he's like, "It's AI, Dad." It's just
Yeah.
it's
Jeez,
just
yeah.
crazy. Like so many people,
Uh,
especially older people, like have no
No, the
idea.
one that I'm getting flooded with, I still can't help myself from laughing, are like the profane Disney Pixar movies. They're coming out
Yes,
with like
yeah.
they're like they're like don't drop the soap and it's all about some guy in prison. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Like it looks so charming and whimsical and it's like I believe in myself. And there's like another one with some dad that goes and gets milk and never comes home. Like they're the darkest things. Like and they make me laugh, but I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like the most racist, stereotypical nonsense. And I'm like, this joke is funny the first three or four times you hear it, but then it's like, but again, it's like, it's playing it as if it were a trailer, and you're like, yeah, that movie would never get made. I guess that's why it's funny, but I'm like, it's the same joke. And I'm like, there's just not as much creativity. Now, like Jordan said, it could end up leading to like literally a full-length movie. Like, you could now take this animation in this style, and eventually you'll be able to form your own full-length movie. Like,
Well,
it's funny. I was going to work on a documentary for a client of mine and her story. And part of me was like, oh, I was initially going to use like AI for like what you would call B shots or B-roll film, right? Where it's like, here's a scene of like an area that she's talking about in her history with her husband. And here's like the backs of two people like walking in a park together. Like just like B-roll footage that you would never it's not about the primary story. It's just like secondary filler to like kind of break up the monotony of because when you watch a documentary now, it's like you interview them, but like when you watch old documentaries, it's like a whole hour of just them in the room. Now it's like you do a few cuts of that, then you intercut it with other footage. You get other people to interview. You go
yeah,
change
stock
locations.
footage.
Yeah, stock footage. You make it more interesting. You kind of fill the story. So I was initially going to do that, and now I'm like, eventually I'll literally just be able to do everything with AI. It's like I could literally add I could literally add scenes of what she's describing and have characters play this out. And I could choose the actors that I choose in it. Like that's literally where we're getting to. It's like you literally can now have a movie starring Don Knotts and Chris Farley together. It's crazy. It's like
well, and
both these people are dead and they can be in a movie now together.
the
So
videos I made recently, like the Lego video and stuff and the Hot Wheels, I showed it to Dad, and he's like, Rich, and he said, he's like, why don't you just type it into AI and make it? And I'm like,
he's like,
I
AI
spent a
could have
year on
done it.
this.
Yeah, yeah. AI could literally do that in 30 seconds, son. You're like,
good,
thanks,
but
Dad.
like you said, maybe there
That's
is
so
something,
funny.
and maybe I need to at the end show like how I do it, just so people are like, oh, this is real, because
Well,
like,
sometimes I've seen
Don't worry.
actually
Anyone that
on
knows you,
YouTube
Jordan,
videos,
knows that
people
you
at the
wouldn't
end of
use
their
AI.
video will say this video was made without the use of AI.
well, I actually want to do like, well, yeah, but people can just not check the mark the box. I want to
Well, no,
actually.
like they like show that in the video. They like tell the audience I didn't use any AI.
Oh,
I've
okay.
just seen that
And that's when
before.
you go, I definitely didn't use any AI. Wink. And you're like, stop winking at the camera when you said that no AI was used in the video. Dude, people freak out when we watched the Late Night with the Devil. They used AI for like three things in that movie, and they're like, AI is coming for our
See, and
movies. And I'm like, make better movies, Hollywood, because your movies suck.
yeah.
I'm all for AI taking over because AI writes a better movie than you hacks, you talentless hacks. Did you watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show? Sucked. I was like, AI could have written, and part of it felt like it was AI. The parts that seemed competent were AI. Everything else was bumbling and ridiculous. Anyway, Jordan, we end every podcast by sharing what we've seen lately and what are you looking forward to seeing. What have you seen lately?
I actually haven't been seeing it's I've been off
I haven't
Letterbox. I
been
mean, just
seeing it lately.
I
I can't
haven't been
see.
seeing.
uh,
I'm 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 barely alive.
I am barely alive with this child. You really have no
Oh
life. I
man.
mean, I did watch a couple trash movies, but I don't want to
Dude,
even
let's
talk
hear 'em.
about those.
Just
No,
just mention them.
I don't
It
want
always makes
to.
me honestly, one of my highlights is you talking about a trash movie that you'll never see again because it makes me laugh.
Well, this is not funny, but okay. Um,
It's a movie about dead children. Sorry. Trying to think of the saddest thing possible. You're like, well, it's about dead children. Have fun about making fun of that. And I'm like, that's hilarious.
well, because I'm cleaning out my movie collection, so I just
Sure.
watched the Day of the Dead remake and then another Day of the Dead remake, Bloodline, and they're all trash. So,
Dave the Dead and Dave the Dead Bloodline. You're surprised that these movies weren't like, I
well,
don't
because
know,
well,
quality
the
entertainment.
original Day of the Dead is in my top 100, top 10,
Okay.
so
Day of the Dead. No,
top
I get
five,
him confused. Dawn of the Dead is Zack Snyder, and that was like
top three.
a great movie. Top three for you. And then Day of the Dead, was that the Romero?
No, Day of the
George?
Dead is in my top three. Sorry, did you say Dawn?
Yeah, I thought Dawn was in your top three. You literally have a
Oh, it's
poster
top
for it
four.
behind
Sorry, I was wrong.
you. Top four.
Oh, Dawn
Blasphemy.
Dawn used to be in top 10, but it just dropped, I think, to top 20.
Oh my goodness. So wait, so Day of the Dead, is that the George A. Romero one in the mall?
Yeah,
Uh,
no, that's
uh,
Dawn of the Dead. That's the original Dawn of the Dead. I like that one too. That's in my top 100.
that's so crazy. So you have another zombie movie out there that you like more than those.
Is
Personally,
Day of
yeah.
the Dead the first
Di-
one?
yeah, which one's that one?
Like the
Uh,
first zombie movie that came out or whatever?
no, Night of the Living
That's
Dead
the
was
Night
the
of the Living Dead.
first.
Yeah, I actually knew that.
I love
They're
Night of the
coming to
Living Dead.
get you, Barbara. What's the Day of the Dead? I've never heard of this movie.
You probably have seen it. It's the people living underground and then they're flying around in a helicopter. Okay,
I don't think so.
I showed Grant and Cameron. Um,
Did you like it, Grant?
maybe I just showed.
I don't remember that.
I swear I did because I'm like, oh, you're a zombie fan, Grant. I'll show you this. It's okay. I get it. It's forgettable for anyone else, but I love it.
Well, I'm
Um,
curious, dude. Yeah, no, I'm
Let me
I'm
look it up.
interested to watch it. And then
okay.
I might come 1 ounce or closer to understanding you, Jordan, and realize just how
No,
much further
it
we need to move away from each other.
yeah. Well, so I just love that it's like so relatable in today's world because the group is so divided and they're just like constantly fighting and um I don't know. I love that there's like the scientist and then there's the guy that believes in God and just I don't know. I love everything about it. Like
Sounds
um
cool.
the
Is it George A.
characters
Romero though, or who directed it? Do
and
you
it
know?
has one of the greatest villains of all time. Yeah, it's George A. Romero. And
Okay.
uh he seriously is one of the best villains. There's like even I don't know. I'm obsessed with it. Music is amazing. The practical effects I love.
I think you did show me
Yeah,
this
I did show
one.
you,
So
Grant.
which one's it called? Sorry, it's called Day of the Dead. And it's which
Yeah,
is it a
just
remake? When
it's
did it come out?
no the
1985.
original. Don't watch the
1985.
remake. Is trash.
Day of the Dead.
I'll text it to you. But
1985. Okay, I
yeah,
This
see
is
it.
in your top 10?
top four.
See, that's surprise. Again, it's got a 7.1, so I'm sure I'll enjoy
Uh,
this movie.
It's not for everybody. Like I said, everything I love about it are things that like Cameron hates. Like it has old
Oh
school
my
practical.
gosh. No, just do me a
yeah,
favor.
it's all practical effects, makeup.
No, do
Yeah.
me a huge favor. Go to the IMDb of Day of the Dead right now. Look at Joseph Pilato's photo that he has for himself. It's literally,
Him
he's literally
dying
getting
to
torn.
zombies.
Yeah, look at
Oh
him.
yeah.
He's getting torn apart by
Uh,
zombies. He's like, ah.
Yeah, that's such a great scene. Choke on him.
That's a
Yeah,
that's amazing. Like
he's
I will
like
literally watch it for that.
he's
That's
the greatest
to have that
villain
as your IMDb.
ever.
I that is my dream come true. Being torn apart by zombies as an extra in a film and have that be my IMDb photo. Just like, ah, I'm getting torn apart. Ah. So
Yeah.
funny.
Uh,
All right.
I swear you've seen it, Ty. I feel like you're gonna watch it and be like, "Oh yeah,
Dude, I'll name I can name like most of the zombie movies. I watched the found footage one, which I always forget. Is that World Film Z? It's like Z Day.
I
I don't
don't know
know.
what you're talking about."
No, no. So Diary of the Dead, excuse me.
Oh, that's
Diary of the
trash.
Dead.
Yeah.
That's the found footage that was pretty trash. So there's Night of the Living Dead, watch that one. And then I watched George A. Romero's the second one. Was it the mall one? Is that
Yeah.
called
Dawn of
Day?
the Dead.
Oh, that's Dawn of the Dead. And
But that's
then
the
the other mall
original.
one,
So
yeah,
you've
yeah, that's the
seen the
original.
original?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen the original one. The mall,
It's hard
right?
to
The
get your
cops.
hands on. Like it's on YouTube, but
That's probably where I watched it. I don't know where I watched it. I thought you owned it. Maybe you didn't. I think I saw it in
no, not
college
till
though.
recently.
I think I watched it on YouTube then.
Hmm.
And then I watched
You're positive you're not thinking of the remake, right?
no, because you're talking about Dawn of the Dead is the one that Zack Snyder did.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I watched that one too. That has Ty Burrell and Ving Rhames and all that stuff. And you guys love that. And I tried to rewatch it again. I was like, was this movie that corny? But then again, I do want to give it another
I love it.
shot. But I
Dude,
watched
James
the
Gunn.
opening and like the little daughter that bites her dad's neck. I was kind of like, oh, this is cheesy. But again, I was like, it's kind of cool because like again, for me, one of the most exciting parts is Outbreak. I would love to make a TV show someday like Lost, but it's about the zombie apocalypse. And you basically see the outbreak every episode and everyone's different situations that they were in when the outbreak happens. And then it cuts to future dates where they're dealing with post-apocalyptic survival. So every episode is like you have like one guy, he's like in a boardroom and he's like in a skyscraper and he's like fighting with his boss that's trying to kill him and he like throws him out the window of a high-rise apartment or like a building, you know? And then like another episode is like someone at a birthday party, and then there's someone that like out in the country, like just all these different scenarios where the zombie outbreak happened. And so it's like the first time they come to grips with facing the dead and how they took care of that situation, and then the lessons they learned in their life that they're applying to post-apocalyptic. Dude, the show writes itself, guys. Come on. Can someone give me a budget for this? And then every episode it's so fun because unlike Walking Dead, where it's
Well,
like,
that's
why
what
is
you said.
everyone's lawn still
Outbreak
trim?
Outbreak started that way, and then for some reason didn't continue that way.
Didn't continue. Because then they go the way of the Walking Dead, but it's like, no, the most interesting thing is,
Is
yes, the
the
survivalist
day
is
the day
it's the
one is
day
always
of.
the
It's so exciting
yeah,
because it's the most relatable to us. It's like, what would you do if this happened
yeah.
in your
Yeah.
everyday boring mundane life? Because that's the call to action, right? It's like some people will cower in fear, some people will rise to the occasion, some people dumb luck, they get, oh, I was gifted this gun and they end up having to use the gun to save themselves, and like again, 28 days later, great. It's someone waking up after it's happened. Mind you, 28 days later, a year later, the comic books Robert Kirkman has given credit to Danny Boyle. Yes, I hope he has, or Alex Garland for 28 days, because we all know, oh, he woke up in the hospital years after the fact. I'm like, you literally stole that from 28 days. Let's just get that very clear. I hope he's given credit to.
I wouldn't say stole. I'd just say it's a nice head nod to it.
Yeah, it's a head nod. But it better be like admitted. Like he lifted that. I mean, free.
Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah, keep going, Jordan. I love it. So you watched the uh trash movies and then hid them forever and all
Well,
time.
just yeah, just hit
Was there
him.
anything in that movie that made you smile or made you laugh and think this 1 minute clip, someone worked really hard
No.
making this movie? You're like, no, there's not one redeeming quality of it. Maybe let this be a lesson to you. Maybe don't buy a movie that has no redeemable qualities.
Well, I guess I did laugh because this guy was a vegan, and so when he turned into a zombie, he wouldn't eat anybody because he was a vegan in the life before.
That's
That made me
so
laugh.
funny. So wait,
that's
he
funny.
was refusing to eat as a zombie?
Yeah, as a zombie,
Or
he
or was he
refused.
eating and it's kind of funny because he like eating brains and he like
No,
never
he
would have.
doesn't.
Oh,
No, because he was a vegan, like that was the cure to the
so he
disease.
oh that
Like I said, it's just stupid.
That's amazing.
And then
I thought it'd be
the
funny if they like the creators of the show like making fun of vegans had him like eating brains later on because it's like
uh
haha like he's eating meat like he would be opposed to it in life but he's doing it as a zombie. I thought that would be funny.
and then the other Day of the Dead, this like creepy stalker dude, like his love was so strong. It kind of reminds me of this movie, The Robot, because his love was so strong, he overcame his hunger for human flesh because he loved her so much.
Let's go, dude. It's like Brendan Gleeson in 28 Days where he's like, keep it away from me. And he's still fighting the disease,
Mm,
but he's getting angry. No,
he
that's a good way to do it. And you're describing a pretty awful way to do it.
n no, well, he doesn't. He knew what was coming. That's why
No,
he
no,
threw
I
her.
know, and he's trying to fight it, but
Well, he's
it's
trying,
helpless.
but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
really,
It's
he's
helpless, which
toast.
makes it so heartbreaking and real. It makes you believe it.
Yeah.
Whereas this movie, Companion, and what you just described, like, really? Yeah. Oh, his love was so powerful. He overcame his coding. He betrayed his actual biological nature or whatever, right? Yeah, his actual coding, his the very essence of who he was because of love.
But yeah,
Pretty much
that's it.
like how Harry Potter's mom saved his life, whereas Neville's parents couldn't help him, you know? I guess Neville's mom didn't love Neville as much as Lily loved Harry Potter. Anyway, Grant, what have you seen lately? What are you looking forward to?
I watched um on Halloween I watched Knives Out with Elise's parents. They had never seen it. So that was fun seeing it with
Let's go.
them. And then I wanted to watch a horror, so I watched It Comes at Night on Halloween as well.
Have you seen that before?
hmm And
Oh, good.
I think I'd only seen it once before. And so this was
It's
my, I
such a
think,
good
first
movie,
time
dude.
rewatching. Yeah, it's really, really good. It like just it gives
The
you
way
enough of
it's
the world
shot.
building.
Yes.
Yeah, it gives you enough world building that you're like, I want more. But I know if they made a second one, I would hate it.
Yes, yes.
You know,
If
but
they
it's
made another
like,
one, it would
but it's just
suck.
this mysterious like sickness is going on, but then it's like, okay, but is there a monster? Because like, you know, the dog gets
The only
like
monster is the
torn
son who
apart.
wants a woman to himself. So did you hear, were you on the episode, Grant, or was that?
No, I
Oh,
think
okay. Famously, the episode Cameron and I just like,
wait, no, I think I might have been because I just or
yeah,
no, I remember listening to it because
yeah.
yeah,
Cameron
you
and I
guys
just
were just
argue the
like,
whole time
yeah.
about what the true meaning of the movie was. And in the end, it's like
Uh,
literally the director's like, we left it intentionally ambiguous. So you can,
yeah.
it's like, no, there's just what's meant by this. And it's just so funny how he got so
Unreliable
mad in the
narrator,
car.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I
And
can't believe
then
how
watch
nice sounded. Jordan's like, you literally said you haven't shown me one shred of evidence. And I was like, I can't believe I was so like I'm like telling Cameron how he's supposed to interpret a movie is just so funny. Like I don't know why that movie had that
yeah.
effect on me though, dude. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah. No,
Great.
it's really well done.
Yeah, it comes to night. So dude, that movie poster, holy crap. The dog just
hmm
peering over a dog who's at alert with ears pointed forward is probably one of the most unnerving things because you're like and then you look at the movie poster and you're like, is there something out there? Like it's so unnerving.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a great poster. And dude, great acting too. It's Joel
hmm
Edgerton, right? And then
Yeah.
who's the guy that plays Possessor, Jordan? What's that guy's name? Oh, Jordan's baby duty again. I'll get his name, but he's
The
great in
other
it too.
guy, the other family.
I call him the better actor that looks like Pedro Pascal, but he's not Pedro Pascal. He's a much better
That's
Pedro
funny.
Pascal. But
That's
good
funny.
stuff. What
Yeah.
else you seen?
And then last night I watched um Zombieland with Elise. It was really fun because I don't
Did you enjoy?
know. Yeah, she actually enjoyed it. Because like, well, it was funny because I had been like for weeks like been like, oh, we can watch Zombieland. She's like, yeah, I'm good.
Anything
And then
else?
last night she was like, I'm in a zombie mood. I was like, wait, what? It's
You're
like
like,
this will never
this
happen
happened. Yeah.
again.
You're like,
I should
I've
take
got,
advantage.
we've got Shaun of the Dead, we've got Zombieland, and you're
Yeah,
like, no, which one do you think I'll prefer? No, which one do you want to watch first?
I know. So yeah, so it was fun. Like we were both laughing the whole time. It's good one.
Again, has the outbreak in that one. Yeah, you see
Hmm.
him dealing with the outbreak. It's
Yeah.
fun. And the rules, that was really fun.
Yeah.
But they literally like they use the whole montage. I'd actually recommend the second one. The second one's actually pretty funny too if you haven't seen Zombieland 2. It's not as good as the first, but it's a really good
Mm.
sequel if you like that world and all. And Woody
Mm.
Harrelson is freaking amazing. The whole chemistry of that cast, Emma
Bill
Stone.
Effin Murray. I know that's not your middle
Don't
name.
punch me. I know that's not your middle name, dude. That's like my favorite movie does. It's just like going in for another breath when you think it's your last is like the funniest thing. And then I love when Emma Stone starts laughing too. She's like, I'm sorry.
It just
She
gets to
starts
me.
laughing. So funny. Yeah, that's amazing. And then
Well.
him like pretending to be a zombie get shot was so good. He's like pulling a prank on him.
He's
He
like, no,
walks in,
no, it's my fault.
yeah, yeah, it's my fault. Like, it's just a prank gone wrong. It's so funny because again, there's always what I call the needless death or the needless panic. Somebody
Mm,
runs out somewhere, opens a gate, and everyone else gets
yeah,
killed or allows
yeah.
it to happen. What makes that just so wonderful is just like how avoidable it was.
I know, right?
And it's just like
I love too
somehow it
how like
doesn't
Bill
affect
Murray's
the
just totally
story.
fine with these people crashing in his house.
He does not care. The first time he comes in and he gets hit with the golf club, he's like, "Oh, so good, dude." That's a little bit of cranberries, and this wig, so funny, dude. Any regrets, Mr. Murray? Garfield, maybe. It's so good, dude. I love it.
It's not as
The
good
that
on rewatch though, in my opinion.
I
compared
think
to
it
the
was way
first
more
time,
fun
yeah,
watching with someone who hadn't seen it before, though.
yeah. I
I
agree,
think that's
Jordan.
what was
The
really
the movie
fun.
the first time, I will say that like I honestly think it's such a 2008 movie where it's like yeah, like from the soundtrack, the Raccoon Tears, the if I'm even saying that right, Raccoon Tears, they're the ones that do Salute Your Solution at the end. The whole Your Touch by the Black Keys, like there was so much music in that movie that I was like, yeah, the soundtrack gets me. Like Woody Harrelson's so cool. He's bad A. I see myself in him. The rules, like it's like a comedy
Wait,
zombie movie. I
what? Do
love
we
it.
know why he always paints the number three on the car?
Um,
Is that ever explained?
the
Oh yeah,
Trinity.
he does do that. I
I
forgot
don't
about
know.
that.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's his sport number. I don't know.
You know that Grant, that's the miracle of YouTube. You could just type it in and
Yeah, the
everybody
hidden
has
meaning. Yeah, yeah, the hidden
yeah.
Yeah,
meaning.
true.
I will say, Grant, maybe you didn't realize this, but he didn't actually have a dog. Maybe you didn't catch that, but it was a stand-in
I
for a
skipped all the
dog. And
dialogue, so yeah, I didn't catch
yeah,
that
you're
part.
like, what's going on here? He had a memory with his
I
dog,
had
but
actually
then his dog,
forgotten that, and I was like,
but
"Oh
Grant,
man."
then a boy hijacked Woody Harrelson's love robot, and then it was implanted with a false memory.
Yeah,
So I guess in a way,
it all
Zombieland kind
ties
of remind me of
together.
Companion. Yeah, yeah. That's so funny. Anything else, Grant?
Oh no, that's it. And then companion.
Dude, I watched Good Burger on Halloween night, dude. Let's go. I made my kids watch it, and my son literally laughed no harder when he watched the scene where he's like, "Hey Ed, check it out. It's the Mondo Idiot." He's like, "Hey, pleasure to meet you, Mondo Idiot." And he's like, "Well, Ed, you better watch your butt, man." And then he's like, "Okay," and then proceeds to try to watch his own butt. My son like died laughing, like was absolutely beside himself. And I'm like, "See, this is why you got to indoctrinate kids. They'll grow up
Yeah.
at the age of 3, 4, and 5. They're gonna all think that this is the funniest movie of all time, and they're gonna grow up with it, and then they're gonna show their high school friends, and they will immediately lose all their friends and be ostracized and bullied for it." Because I still don't have high school friends I talk to this day that never let me live down that I showed them the Good
That's
Burger.
so funny.
So yeah, lose friendships over it. But I'm like, I love having young kids. They're so impressionable. They think the humor is so funny. I was like, yeah, the movie's pretty dumb, but my gosh, is it quotable and it is actually funny. Like Sinbad is literally the funniest school teacher of like all time, like hands down.
Yeah.
Why would this man give you a test on the last day of school? Because the mind never sleeps. Like my afro, Brother Reed, you have messed up my afro. So funny, dude. Oh my gosh, yeah, Sinbad's amazing. But anyway, so yeah, watch Good Burger, and then I've been watching Top Gear, which is always great. Jonathan Rumi or Jonathan and Jesus is called the documentary. If you haven't seen it, definitely give it a check. Check that out. It's so freaking good. If you like The Chosen at all, it's a really interesting story of just like it's what's really cool is like after they got the budget for season two, between two and three, he gets the money to like go to he goes to Italy, literally where the place where Christ was tried by Pontius Pilate. So it's really cool to see him like literally be in the historic places that Christ was and just how impactful it is to him. And it's just like a really cool experience, but it's just like unlike a documentary I haven't seen before and highly recommend it. Yeah, Jesus and Jonathan is really good. Um
What's it on?
it's on Prime right now. You can watch it. It's so good. Yeah, Jesus and Jonathan. It's literally um uh, it's literally a show about Jesus. It's just like the actor and like the role that the impact it's had on him. But it's just a really interesting take on it too, where it's like he's literally traveling to these areas, shows him in press junkets, it shows him talking to the Pope, it shows him like all these really incredible things that have been totally life-changing to an otherwise struggling actor. And you're like,
Hmm.
he's literally been plucked out of obscurity to play this role. And like it's just really interesting. Like, and again, like he'll meet people that are like sobbing and they're like just hug him because they're like your role means so much to me,
Hmm.
and like obviously that's like a taxing thing, so it's just really cool to watch because you're like it's a very like imagine playing that role. There's like just a sanctity to it, you know. I just find that really cool because it's like and he's just like a really humble guy, so I think it's really made possible because Jonathan Rumi is such a cool person. And he's just
Yeah.
so humble because I think a role like that, like if he's just so funny, if he was just like a bad boy and had a cigarette in his mouth and he's just like, yeah, whatever, man, I am that good or I'm an amazing actor. He's literally just like incredibly humbled by this opportunity to play this Jesus Christ. It's just really cool. So yeah,
That's
recommend
cool.
that. And then I watched let's see, Good Burger. What was the other show I watched? I think I've already told you guys Untamed. I enjoyed that one. I thought Untamed was pretty good. They're going to do a second season. It had Eric Bana, and he's like a detective out in Yellowstone National Park, and there's a murder that happens. Well, you don't know if it's a murder. I said that, but someone dies, and you're like, murder? But we don't know, and that's why you watch
Did
eight
someone say
episodes.
murder?
Someone
I
said
didn't
murder.
say
I
murder.
said
You
murder.
said
You
murder.
said murder.
You said murder.
Yeah, dude, we need to watch the Pink Panther as well. So real quick, Christopher Abbott is the actor he's the better version of Pedro Pascal. So he should get Pedro Pascal's acting gigs because Christopher Abbott's a really good actor. He was great in Possessor. He was great in It Comes at Night. He's just cooler too. Like Pedro Pascal's just like he's basically gay Christopher Abbott. So I'd take cool, smooth talking Christopher Abbott any day over Pedro Pascal. So
I love
let's
Pedro Pascal in Unbearable Weight of
Unbearable
Massive
Weight.
Talent.
That was the first and last movie I liked Pedro Pascal in. I remember actually learning his name from that movie, and I was like, I'm
That's
interested
funny.
to see what he does. And then he was in everything, and then I was like, Am I getting Pedro Pascal fatigued? I'm like, Yes, I am.
Yeah.
And I can't even see all of his movies. I can't even keep up. In fact, he was gonna be in Weapons. He was gonna be Josh Brolin's character. So I'm actually relieved that because Josh Brolin plays
Oh wow.
he's just a much better actor all around, but I think Josh Brolin plays a much better concerned dad that I'd be intimidated by. Like Pedro Pascal,
Yeah.
I've never been intimidated by him. I don't think he's a menacing force. He looks ridiculous. He's just like I don't know. He's just what a pansy. Yeah, come fight me, Pedro Pascal. Anyway, um, Josh Brolin just like has a commanding presence. When he gets angry, like you feel him, man. Like I would not want to upset Josh Brolin. I wouldn't care if I upset Pedro Pascal. Like what's gay Chris Rabbit gonna do about it, huh? What are you gonna do about it? So anyway, Chris Rabbit's cool though. So no shade toward him. He's a sick actor. He's awesome. And then lastly, I know I watched something else. What did I watch? I'll have to check my letterbox real quick. I thought I watched something else. Maybe I didn't. I guess I am just really excited to see Dad. Byron recommended a movie to me. Oh, it was Death of a Unicorn is what I saw. I'll talk about that in a minute. But Byron recommended to me the John Candy documentary. That's also on Prime. I did want to watch that. It's like I Like Myself or something like that, or I Like Me or something like that. That's John Candy documentary. I love John Candy. R.I.P. He's a great comedic actor. Uncle Buck, Home Alone, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. He was just such a funny actor, Spaceballs, all that stuff. So I'd be interested to see this documentary. But Byron literally recommended it to me, and he's like, he's just like you. And then he said something. He's like, uh, and I don't mean your girth. He's like, he's your twin, and I don't mean your girth. And I'm like, no, actually, it's just another thing we have in common. Just add it to the long list of things that John Candy and I do have in common. It's like I'm actually working on my John Candy body, and I'm like early 2000s John Goodman. I'm not like post. John Goodman's like thin now again, but anyway. Um,
It's kind of a
lastly,
different era though. Like
mm,
when it comes to comedies, like sometimes I have a hard time with like
Steve
his
Martin
humor.
and
Yeah, it's just
John Candy.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, but even
Like
then,
it's
like
like
Uncle
some of
Buck is a funny movie,
it's like
and
some of Bill Murray's old movies. I'm like there was just like one joke and then I was just like
oh, I've already told you how I feel about any movies that were set between 75 to 82. They had one joke and they were called comedies. And it was like the entire movie was premised around one joke. And you're like,
yeah.
and it landed and you're like, huh? Like, I remember watching Revenge of the Nerds and being like, this is an awful movie. One, despicable people, but I'm also like, the funniest part was like the bully or like the jocks being like, nerds, like just so angry at nerds. That was the funniest part. Like how much the jocks hated the nerds at this university. It was just really funny. And he was just like some meathead and he was just so opposed to nerds. It's literally like, it's like, yeah, it's not all that funny. But anyway, the movie wasn't funny, but it had all the trappings of that era's comedy. And I agree, Jordan. Most of those weren't very funny. So it's hard to get
Anyways,
into.
sorry. Finish your thing.
Yeah. And then last I watched Death of a Unicorn. So speaking of old comedies, this is a new movie and it was not funny. I said it wasn't funny enough to be a comedy, not scary enough to be horror, and not whimsical enough to be a fantasy. So who is this movie for? I gave it 1.5 stars.
Oh, I thought you were
Uh,
describing Cube 2.
that is this, and it's not sci-fi enough to be sci-fi. There's nothing sci-fi about it. I guess the fact that someone may have built the cube, it still doesn't answer it. Anyway, although I would argue that being trapped in a cube for a day, you immediately resort to eating other
It's
people.
not a cube, it's a
The
hyper cube, Tyler.
hyper cube because it's
Different
hyper
dimension.
takes it to space. Anyway, Death of the Unicorn was weird. I actually like Will Poulter. He's like the kid in Maze Runner. He's the annoying kid in the third Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. He was that annoying British kid. I can't remember his name. His name is Will Poulter, but he was in Meet the Millers or We're the Millers. And he's just an actor that I didn't really care for. But then when he was in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, he
Oh,
was
the
that
gold
gold guy.
guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
He was growing on me because I was like, oh, this actor might be cool. He's like tall. He kind of reminds me of Cameron. He's just like always angry and he's like way too intense. He's kind of actually Cameron's doppelganger, if I'm being honest. Um, Not so much in looks because he actually looks more like you, Grant, but it's like a mix between you and Cameron, but he's really funny in Death of the Unicorn. So I would actually look up just highlight do Will Poulter in Death of the Unicorn because he was the best part of the movie. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm saying this in a movie that stars Paul Rudd and the girl that plays Wednesday. Like that's crazy
Mm.
to me. And then it has the great villain from he's so good. He was in Star Wars. He was also in another movie. I can't think of one second. What was his name? Death of a Unicorn. The villain in it. He's great. He's is Richard E. Grant, Jordan. You recognize him? He was in About Time. I'm trying to think of what was he in About Time?
Was he the uncle that he
No,
stays
he's
with?
no, and he's not that guy either. He's what part? Oh, he plays the actor in the play. That's who he is. He's the guy that forgets his lines.
Um,
So it's kind of a charming moment in About Time, but he plays a sinister villain in Star Wars. He was great in that. He's like an evil general. He just looks like Moff Tarkin, basically. He's just like an evil guy, and he's just like all the things you despise. And he was also in Logan, so he's a good actor. He's just been in a lot of different things, but so he's like one of the best parts of it. He looks, I think, you know what's funny? His name is Richard E. Grant. He looks like Hugh Grant. Is he not Grant's brother? Hugh Grant's brother? I swear it probably is. I'm just trying to see if it says anything about him being Hugh Grant's brother.
Hmm.
Anyway, he kind of looks like Hugh Grant, so now I'm like, maybe he's Hugh Grant's brother. I'll have to look that up.
Wait,
I'm
are
put
you
money
saying
down that he might be.
Hugh Grant? Are you saying you Grant?
You,
Hugh
you
Grant,
did this.
you did this. I was saying Hugh Grant, like the actor, but I do like
Okay.
the idea of
I
saying,
thought you were
I
saying he looks
am
like you, Grant.
you. You are me? No, you, Grant.
I am Hugh.
He looks like me? No, Hugh Grant. That's amazing, Jordan. Yeah, I
Who
was
are
saying,
you? I am Hugh.
I am
Stop
Hugh.
saying that.
Stop saying that. I think I want to skip over this part too. Let me start from the beginning. Oh no, please don't. Please
There's
don't.
Ty,
Oh
there's
yeah.
a 70s comedy. That one's
Oh
cool.
yeah. No. So there are some movies out there that escape. Well, I don't even know if that was 70s, Jordan. Let's go. Let's
When
go
did
back.
I
Oscar
think
Yeah.
it
come
was.
out?
Let me come in out. Let's say, what's up, Doc?
Yeah, it's 70s. Because I listened to Quentin Tarantino's book and he talked about how the 70s was perfect.
It was 1972, yes. So again, I don't know if it was just the fact that you had Ryan O'Neal, Barbara Streisand, all these actors coming together, but everyone was just firing on all cylinders. But it had Buck Henry and three other writers, so that might have also had something to do with it. But you also had the clever premise of like there's physical comedy of the actors, there's literally the chase, there's intrigue. It's amazing. So I agree. But yeah, there were plenty of 80s movies that just like they were kind of counterculture and they probably had these raunchy jokes. It's like when you try to watch Knocked Up. I tried watching that movie again. I was like, why did Judd Apatow get like such a lucrative career? It's probably just because people were like, I can't believe they put this in movies. There's some sick other people like me out there. Like, I don't find 40-Year-Old Virgin funny. I don't even find Superbad all that funny anymore. There's probably a few scenes in it that still make me laugh, but like, yeah. Anyway, I'm sure if I saw Step Brothers again, I probably wouldn't even find it funny either. The other guys are still funny. Can't change my mind on that. But like, Step Brothers, I remember thinking that was the funniest comedy I'd ever seen up until that point. But now I'm like, I don't even know if John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell would even make me laugh anymore. I don't know. I'd be interested to watch it again, but yeah, like I couldn't even watch what has Seth Rogen done lately? Like I watched American Pickle. Nah. I tried to watch Sausage Party, couldn't get into that. I'm just like,
Seth
oh,
Rogen,
it's
he's been producing a lot of stuff. He's produced
true.
Invincible and The Boys.
Yeah, but see, like producing, because he's not creative anymore, man. He's just a washed up sellout that smokes weed. Yeah,
Um,
anyway.
Producing does require a lot of work, but okay. I appreciate his
His
work.
voice acting is perfectly fine. I mean, he's got a timeless chuckle. Anyway. Um, yeah, Freak. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I've seen anything other than like The Death of the Unicorn, Will Poulter, he's the best part of that movie. And it has Paul Rudd, and he's not very charming or funny and charismatic. I'm like, this guy single-handedly like took a hero out of obscurity, kind of absurd, Ant-Man, and he like
Yeah.
came on the scene and Anchorman, like Paul Rudd was like the stuff. And then you watch him in this movie and you're like, miscast or just again, like literally, I say this and it sounds like it should be so funny. The only thing I knew about it was it's a dark comedy and it's about unicorns. I was like, oh, it'd be so funny if like the unicorns that you think are really charming and everything, they're really violent. And they tease that in the trailer in the movie. It's like, yeah, there's like two mean horses that are stabbing people with their unicorn horn. It's like, okay. Like there's nothing clever about it. There's nothing scary about it. It's like horse with teeth and horns are going around killing people at this compound at this big cabin estate. And you're like, okay,
Mm.
like nothing clever about it. There's no twist. There's no, do not care about any of these characters. So, yeah. So, but Will Poulter, just look up highlights of Will Poulter. I'm like, you have a bright future. You keep acting. I could see him being, so pleasantly surprised. Um, anyway, that's everything. nothing left to say. This has been Future Him Movie Gems. Leave us an email, futuremovies@gmail.com. Um, leave us a comment, a movie that you'd like us to review.
Wasn't
And
Will Poulter in the Maze Runner? I thought he was good in that.
yeah, he was fine in that.
Yeah, you
I mean,
mentioned
like,
that, yeah.
he was just like the mean kid, or someone mentioned, I think it
Yeah.
was on his trailer, but always mentioned how he looks angry all the time because he has his eyebrows so low. It is funny. But anyway, but he's having a glow up because he does look more handsome now. Like, he was kind of like this ugly tweener or whatever you call it. That sounded like a derogatory term. He was just
Teenager.
like a teenager and he kind of didn't have his glow up. Like, have you seen Neville Longbottom? That kid is like a handsome British guy. How did that happen? He was always the chubby, ugly kid in Harry Potter. And then you're like,
Uh,
he's this handsome British gentleman now. And you're like, what? So,
yeah.
uh, last thing I would say though, before we end the podcast, things I was looking forward to seeing was the documentary on Candy that Dad recommended, and I was really looking forward to seeing. There is a show that mocks Downton Abbey. Did you guys watch the trailer I sent you?
Yeah.
You talked about this already.
Okay, I have to be careful with the title. It's Feckham Hall.
Fackham Hall.
Such a great title, and it's literally like from the people that watched maybe two seasons of Downton Abbey. And it's just so funny, Jordan. Watch the trailer because I know
I
I swore
watched
it
all the
off
Jordan already
trailers.
watched it. And you get,
We
yes,
already
we've already
talked
been
about
through
this.
this.
Oh, you did? When'd you talk about it?
We
Yeah, we
talked
talked
about it
about this
last
last week.
episode.
Well, I definitely didn't watch the trailer because I swore off trailers. But that one came across my plate because I thought it was like an SNL skit. Like, I didn't know it was actually a real movie trailer. Even the thing
Hmm.
didn't look like a trailer, but I saw that it has Draco Malfoy. So
Yeah.
Tom Felton or Hiddleston, what's his name? Hiddleston's
I think
Loki. What's the
Felton.
other guy? I think it's Felton. It's
Yeah.
Draco Malfoy, and he's playing like a posh British version, and it just makes me. It's just so funny to see him like be a snobbish British person. I'm like, he's literally gets to now play a character that's like literally a mockery of like Lucius Malfoy. I'm like, that's just so wonderful. And the fact that he's casted to play Lucius Malfoy in the new Harry Potter series, that's the one thing I'm most
Are
looking
you
forward to.
serious?
I believe so. Maybe I misheard that, but I'm almost 100% certain that he has been signed on to play Lucius
Wow.
Malfoy, which I'm like, it's so perfect, like in a meta way where it's like Draco was abused by his father and now he's abusing his son. It's like this long line of evil fathers raising their abusive sons. And I'm like, that's so great that he gets to now be the father. It's
Uh,
so perfect. And I do
that's
know that
funny.
he stood up for J.K. Rowling when in the backlash of all of her like controversy about trans people and stuff.
Hmm.
He's like, when I think of J.K. Rowling, she created, he says it too in the interview. He's like, he created Harry Potter. It's like, and Harry Potter has brought so much joy to the world. And he's like, and has meant so much to many people. So I owe her for that. And I was just like, Tom Felton, you are a gentleman and a scholar. Like, it was just the most cordial thing he could have said. And someone trying to get some clickbaity reaction out of him. And I was like, I tip my hat to you, sir.
Hermione is like on the opposite train though. She's like
Yeah, but
doing like
she's also in obscurity, dude. Like, her acting career is done for, dude. And then she tried to backtrack what she said, and then J.K. Rowling's like, "B, you ready to write me off? Well, we're gonna take you out of every single property that we have of Harry Potter. No one's gonna remember the Hermione Granger played by Emma Watson anymore." But ultimately, I'm just like, dude, what are we doing, man? You really could have. Here's Hollywood, or here's my idea to J.K. Rowling. Make your story like 100 years in the past or 100 years into the future, new villains, just like you did Hogwarts Legacy, and make it about an independent horror that is literally on the path, or even do like a spin-off series with R.A.B. Remus Lupin, like, or whatever his name is, Remus Black or whatever, Rubius Black, the guy
Regulus.
that was he got the first Horcrux. Make a whole TV show
Yeah.
about that. Very interesting character. I would have loved a whole story about him. So he's like an independent horror, fighting Death Eaters, doing magic, traveling, being a nomad. That'd be freaking sick.
are
I'd
you
watch
at
the
least
heck
gonna
out of
watch it,
that.
Grant? The Harry Potter show? I'm
Of course,
not.
I'm gonna watch it. Gotta see it, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll give it a
If
shot.
anything, I
I
just
have
want to
no
see.
expectations
I want to
because
see
it's
how
like,
Well,
sallow-skinned Papa Isiadu's acting can get him because I don't think he's the right actor for the role. But
who?
we'll see him play Snape. I'm very interested to
Oh,
see why that Harry Potter and Ron and Hermione, for some suspicious reason, don't like him. They
yeah.
can't put their finger on it, but they don't trust that guy. Like, I would love if McGonagall or
Oh
someone's like,
no.
Harry, you have some respect. You're, you're kind of coming off as kind of racist. Be like, you see the way your dad treated him too? Strung him up under a tree? What the freak? Neville's worst fear is Professor Snape. Let's not forget that, dude. The funniest thing, unintentional comedy headed our way. So I'm sure they'll avoid all those things and they'll manage to ruin all that. So anyway, or they'll lean into it and be like, see, it's a metaphor for racism. Do you get it? Like, yes, thank you. Anyway, yeah, you got to tune in, dude. Got to tune in. Got to see all the things they tweak. And I'm hoping they'll add things from the book that they omitted. But ultimately, I'm like, I don't know. If they add more things, they might just be dumb. Like, who knows? Are you guys looking
Yeah.
forward to it at all? Are you guys like
I'm not watching it.
hopeful? You're not even
I mean,
gonna
I'll
watch
watch
it?
it. It's like to me, it's like Rings of Power. Like I'll watch it. It'll be
Oh yeah.
entertaining, but
But the
like
Rings of Power, I would say I hate watch, but I am genuinely baffled. There that show is a dumpster fire.
It's just
Rings
so
of Power.
funny. Dad's
How
watched it like three
I
times
know,
already.
and why does he like it? He doesn't like Lord of the Rings. He doesn't like Hobbit, but he likes Rings of Power. What is he, retarded? Sorry, Dad. Love you, but like, come on, dude. Nobody likes Rings of Power. Nobody likes it. Everyone likes Thorin and Eldon. What's his name? Uh the Elf King and the Dwarf King. Those two guys.
oh yeah,
Elrond and Durin. Yeah.
yeah.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw. Actual line from Rings of Power. Anyway, doesn't matter. Love their relationship. And that's the only thing
Their
that has me going
bromance is
because
good, yeah.
his bromance is more convincing than his fat black wife. I'm just saying. Like that black elf, elf of color, whatever you call it. It's not convincing. And then she sings and oh man, dude, so cringeworthy. I'm like, oh, stop. It's the worst character ever. Anyway, she'd be more interesting if she had a beard, but anyway. Um, I'm just saying dwarf women had beards. So let's end this podcast before I say something I might regret. And I've been sliding down my chair this whole time. I'm like literally vertical or horizontal now, sorry. Um, listeners, tune in next week. I don't know what we're reviewing yet, and maybe Cameron will be back. Cameron's off because he got married, right? Mazel tov.
Yeah, you know,
Or he was already married. He's now remarried. He's really married now. We love you, Cameron. Hope you listen to this episode. Listeners, take care. Take it easy.
he didn't.
Bye for now. Grant, Jordan, turn off now. Go to sleep.